Much taller than me. What's happening here?
I'm a lot taller than you. Hang on a second.
I feel like...
One moment.
No, it's actually because I'm slouching.
Oh, okay. So
Go back up.
I put my seat back normal. Okay.
Wow. That'll teach me.
Today we're going to talk about posture.
We are not going to talk about posture. We're going to talk about commitment. But before we start, do we have to some housekeeping? If what we're saying is resonating, make sure to hit the share button so you can share it with someone. Make sure to tag someone who you would like to commit with. Might have some dating people.
Perhaps.
Is that you? Like when I hear the word commitment, I think of marriage.
I just think to whatever you're going to do in life.
Well, true.
Yes.
Yes.
It's commitment to anything. Anything you do has a commitment.
It is. And where's our comments? Oh, Phil's covered them up. But yes, give us a comment. He's gotten rid of the comments, so now I can't see. He can work on that while I keep talking. Thank you very much. So make sure to leave us a comment as you're listening. We want to make sure that you're not just watching us like TV, that you're actually taking things out of what we're saying to make your lives better, because then that's the point.
Yes.
Yeah. So today we're going to talk about commitment, because without commitment, you will never, ever achieve your goals.
No, you'll be good at starting and potentially, if you've had that crazy dream, what we were talking about yesterday, but you will stop. You'll inevitably stop, won't you?
Why will you stop?
Because you are not committed, Tash.
Because shit happens.
Yeah, things get in the way.
It's really easy to commit to your wife until there's 20 blonde women giving you the eyes.
I was going to talk about more like something. Think about the New Year's just started and you're like, okay, I'm going to go for a walk every day.
Yeah, easy to commit to on the 31st when you're drinking. Go, walk tomorrow.
And maybe on the 1st and the 2nd you've gone for your walk. 3rd, you've even gone for your walk. But the 4th, it's raining at that time that you have gone, I'll go for a walk every day. What do you do then? Do you go for your walk?
No. So
you're not committed to the goal, Tad. You do it regardless of how you feel. It's almost, I think, with commitment thing, in life, there's a lot of things where you can just take the emotion out of it, and it doesn't matter. It's like for the walking example, now that doesn't matter if it's windy, doesn't matter if it's raining, doesn't matter if it's hailing, snowing. Just get out there because you made a commitment to yourself, and you said, "I'm going to go for a walk."
Yeah. So people are listening to this going, okay. Commitment is super, super important, but I think people are using that word too loosely, as you said. It's really easy to commit to the night before, very hard to commit to in there. So when we think about commitment, we always think it's about what's that, long-term and short-term pleasure and pain.
Yes.
So commitment is always about experiencing most likely short-term pain.
Yeah.
And you have to wrap your head around that. When I commit to something, that it guarantees me pain. Would you agree?
So for some, yes. Yes.
You must at some level, when you have to run in the snow, experience a version of pain. Now we can say we label it different, and we do to work through a commitment, but it's I think it's really important that people go, oh well, I made the commitment, so therefore doing all the things will be easy.
No,
it's not going to be easy.
No.
But and then everyone goes, well, if it's not going to be easy, why would I want to commit to it? So tell them the good part.
The benefits at the end of it.
The
character it builds along the way, the positive reinforcement. So when you say you're going to do something and you do it, a little bit of like something inside you, so there's not self-esteem or one of those things. It just ticks a box, and resilience, and you go, I can do this, and it's like little goal, and it just achieves a big goal at the end of it. Like if you go, okay, I'm going to commit, go for a morning walk or run every day for the year. And as you get along there and as you do it, if you look back over, you get to the 12 months and you've done it. It's not about doing it, that last one on the last day. It's the cumulative effect of all those ones before then.
And you have to understand the drug, that the bigger the commitment, the more excitement and the more fun the commitment sounds and feels. think like on the 31st of December that like, because if you say I'm going to commit to running 30 times next year,
yes,
it's not very sexy.
No, not at all. No.
So people go, oh, I'm going to run every day because that sounds really fun and exciting and attractive, and then we get to the 3rd and we're like, So you have to realize the commitment is something that is going to sound, the funner it sounds when you make the commitment, the more you psychologically have to prepare for, the harder it will be. Yeah. And or if you make a commitment to run 30 times a year, not very sexy, not feeling very excited, but therefore when it rains you go, great, I can do it tomorrow because I only have to do 30 for the year.
Yeah. And I think the commitment, you got to want something a lot. You got to know your kind of your why. Why do you want to, why do you want to do this? And can I share a story?
Sure.
It's about Socrates. It's a bit. Is that too deep for you?
I love me some
Socrates. On a Wednesday morning, I can put in. You can be in the hood or something like. We can make a modern Socrates. No, but let me share, Tash, because I love this story. I've heard it. Mm-hmm. Probably shared it with you a couple of times before. Maybe you've shared it with me. But Socrates, really cool guy. And I can't tell you much about his history, but he really cool quotes. Really. I
think they killed him. I think they made him drink poison.
Very much ahead of his.
They did not like
very much ahead of his time in thoughts and thinkings like and that. But he had a student one time, and the student said, "Just teach me
how to be you."
Yes, and so he said, "Okay," and he just walks off. Socrates, apparently not a man of many words in this story, but he just walks off, walks down to the lake. And this other guy follows, and he's like, okay, this is interesting. We're going to have a nice, quiet meditation or something down at the lake, and very serene. And he walks into the water, like with his robes on and all that stuff. The other guy walks next to him. They get up to about waist height. We'll go about here. And the guy's like, okay, it's a water exercise. I'm going to learn everything from him right now. And he grabs the guy. Socrates grabs him here, and he puts him, thanks for the acting skills, pushes him into the water, and he's like, okay, this is interesting. I'm in for a really, really cool lesson. And he holds him there for a while, and he's like, starting to run out of breath a little bit. So he goes to, like, just gently kind of comes up, and the guy Socrates is holding him there, and he's like, okay, this is a bit scary now. And he goes, fights even harder to get to your breath because he's like, I need oxygen. I need it. I crave it. It's what I need to have right now. And he's holding him there. And he fights harder, but Socrates is a strong guy. Apparently he's done some gym workouts that day. And he's just holding him there. And he fights even harder and harder and harder. And he's like, he's obviously not going to give up because he wants his breath. And finally, when he feels like he's almost going to pass out, Socrates brings him up, the biggest gasp for air that he's ever had. And Socrates says to him, I've just taught you a really, really important lesson. And when you want something,
he says, when you want to learn as much as you want to, when you want to know as much as you want to breathe, then you will know.
Yeah. And that's what we're kind of talking about.
Yeah, so that's a cool philosophy in itself. But in terms of commitment, I'm always going, do I want this goal? Do I want to be a runner more than I can breathe? Because then I will commit to the goal of running every day.
Yeah.
Clearly, I do not want to be a runner more than I can breathe. There is no running goals for me or for you this year.
But for 2022, it's something to think about that when you go, okay, I've set these goals. I want to achieve these goals. I'm committed. Are you really?
Like, do you that'd be nice? Or do you need them more than you can breathe? Like all of our goals, the goal I shared with you yesterday, I need it more than I can breathe. I look at my goals and it's not just, nice. It's need. Yeah. So I'll walk on fire. I'll go without oxygen. I'll walk through broken glass. I don't care what I have to do to get the goal because I need the goal.
Yeah.
And that's what gives me a 10 out of 10 commitment, which then gives me the energy and the power and the it's just the energy, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it gives you
to create goals takes energy.
That walking example when it's raining, you're like, doesn't matter.
It's
Bring
irrelevant.
it on. It is irrelevant. It's just something that's happening, but I'm still going to do what I need to do to achieve my goal.
And commitment is whatever's happening. So if you and your business have committed to going live every day, and someone writes on your live, "You're an idiot, I don't like you, I wish you would go away." If you don't need to make an impact and reach people and help people more than you need to breathe, you're going to listen to that and go, "Oh, I'm not going to do it." But if you're committed, you're going to go, "That's one person's opinion, and I'm going to keep going, and I'm going to keep going, and I'm going to keep going." So how committed are you? Because I think in today's society and how we go, commitment isn't taught.
No.
And so we think it should be easy. We think we should be born able to run every day for 365 days if we decided the night before that seemed like a fun goal. I'm not interested in fun goals. I'm not interested in some things. We need to know what lights you up. What are you obsessed about? And then you set goals around that.
And if commitment was easy, then every goal that we've ever set, we would have achieved. So this is...
Again, you think about commitment. When you need to go to the toilet, like you're busting for a wee, you're pretty committed. Nothing
is going to stop you. You're on your way.
You're committed to finding that toilet.
Yeah, and that's the same as achieving these goals in 2022.
And that's where the trick comes when it comes to setting goals, because you might not be committed to your health.
No.
So that's why you're not running every day. So then we need to teach you other tools and strategies of how to commit to health to then get the stuff happening. But it's the committing to health first. It's not committing to the run, because the run is just an action.
No, and as I said, there's so many other little tools and strategies to apply to get yourself in that excited state and to get yourself in that, I'm unstoppable. I'm going to do this no matter what. I'm going to do it until. So.
And when you look back on our failures and our successes, the failures have undoubtedly been because we weren't... Oh, that was a weird sound effect. But, we weren't... This is happening. We were like, let's give it a go. Let's give it a go. Never works well. It never works in anything. Like if the kids were at the skateboard park yesterday, it's not, let's just give this a go. You've got to commit to going down the little ramp.
Yeah, once you start, you can't half.
You're going.
You can kind of pull out, but there's exactly right.
So commitment's in everything we do, and I think the more committed we can be as individuals, the more easy our life becomes. Because when you're committed and it's raining, it really, as we said, it becomes irrelevant. So the more you can distance yourself from what's happening at you, because you can see that it's for the outcome that you desperately want, you're good to go.
Yeah, and relating back to that story, like as you say, when things are going well in life, it's easy sometimes. It is easy to follow those
life
steps,
is so easy when it's easy.
The sun's shining, the wind's blowing.
Well, that's what I was going to say,
it's easy when things, but it's more when what gets thrown at you, what's the obstacles in your way that you're like, nope, doesn't matter, I'm going to keep doing it.
And there's one thing we can guarantee in life. Obstacles are coming.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the gift of life.
Yeah. And there's another thing we can guarantee as humans is you can, once you've decided and you've got yourself there to that commitment state, it doesn't matter.
Yes.
So that's the flip side. That's the very exciting part of this, isn't it, Tash?
But that's why we love athletes. That's why we love hearing success stories. That's why, they inspire us, because we're like, how did that ordinary, average person do that?
Yeah.
How did they overcome all of that? We love stories of people overcoming things because it reminds us that we are capable of that.
Yeah. And as I say, daily commitments, a little bit every single day. It's not like at the end of the week, I'm going to try and fit all my runs or all my gyms or all my work into one little bit.
Yeah, you can't
it's
do that.
That little bit every day. It's a cumulative effect, and that's your commitment to it.
Yes. So we're going to be talking more about how to actually, as Phil said, get our daily commitments in by talking about consistency tomorrow. We're going to be doing that live in our Golden Road Success Tribe, because we really want to go deep with you guys and actually do a training. So if you want to learn more about consistency and how to action your courage and your commitment for your 2022 goals with your consistency, would love to have you there. You can join the group. The link is in the comments. And Trisha, Morning Debt Freedom is my absolute goal. I love it, Trisha. What an absolute, really, really cool. And just from a language point of view, I would say like money freedom or financial freedom is your absolute goal, because our brain wants to deliver us what we say, and you don't want it to deliver you. You've got a moving away word, which is debt, and you've got a moving toward word, which is freedom. So it can cause a little bit of cognitive dissonance. So we just want to have financial freedom is my absolute goal, because financial freedom, of course, you will be debt free.
But thank you for sharing, or even abundance freedom. I love that.
How about abundant financial freedom?
Yeah.
You can have a little bit of financial freedom, or you can have an abundance of it.
Yeah.
I love it. Awesome, guys. Really cool chatting today. Let us know in the comments your biggest takeaway. Make sure to join the group so we can see you in the training tomorrow. And we'll be in the training group tomorrow, and Friday we'll be back here celebrating you guys. So super pumped, super excited to see you guys. We'll see you soon. Bye.